Hello, good afternoon, folks. Welcome to Nymburk, the Czech Republic. This is the Basketball Champions League. It is the final game day 14, and it's the game between CEZ Nymburk and Stelmet Enea Zielona Gora. We are in Group D, and this is an important day, especially, you would have to say, for the visitors who need to get a win today, or they could risk missing out on a spot in the next round. And you can see they've had a lot of fans travel to support their team, and would be surprised if they had more fans here, in fact, than the hosts. But this is the action for game day 14. Telekom Basketball also in action against CEZ Nymburk. Nanterre going up against Besiktas Sompo Japan, and Aris going up against Ostend. So all of the games in this group will be played at the same time as the final ramifications will be played out. Now, CEZ Nymburk, they will finish second in this group if they win or if they lose, and Nanterre also lose to Besiktas. As you look at the standings there, this is how they stand right now. And Stelmet Zielona Gora, they will finish fourth if they win. They will finish fifth if they lose, and Nymburk, if they lose against Nymburk rather, and Avellino lose against Bonn. So it is, it's one of these situations where they believe they need to win the game to clinch that spot in the round of 16. Andrej Žurlip is the coach and very experienced, and he's got a great team. And you have to talk about Vladimir Dragicevic, who has been terrific, was recently in the team of the week, and has been Mr. Excitement for this team really all season long. He's really poured in the points. He's grabbed a lot of rebounds. But this CEZ Nymburk team has got a lot of weapons themselves, and we're going to look at them right here. Kendrick Gray, Peter Benda, Pavel Prumperla, Eugene Lawrence, Dardan Berisha, who was the MVP of the week recently, Bohacek, Alexander Davis, Wojciech Kruban, and Oren Amiel, the Israeli coach, who wasn't at the helm at the start of the season. He was assistant, but then Ronan Ginsburg decided to step down and focus exclusively on his responsibilities as the Czech national team coach. So Amiel was promoted to the top spot. Well, these teams have met already this year, and you can go back and remember that in that first meeting between these teams, it was CEZ Nymburk winning on the road 88-82. So they will like their chances, but again, good crowd here of loyal Zielona Gora fans have come here to support it. You can see right there wearing the green and making all sorts of noise. And it's what they've been thinking about. The fans have been thinking about it. They've had this game circled on their calendar for a while, knowing that it could come down to this. And what a lift it must give to the players to know that your fans have come all this way to get behind you and help you get to the finish line. There was a time when we didn't think that Zielona Gora would definitely even be in contention, but they've really turned on the style of late. But as you look at CEZ Nymburk and go back over some of their results of late, they won last week at Ostend 79-73. Before that, 81-77 at home over CEZ Avellino. Now, they did travel to Turkey on January 16th, and that was game day 11. They lost 91-80. But the week before that, in fact, the 4 weeks before that, the 5 weeks before that, they won all of their games. There's Orient, and see Andrej Žurlip as well. So it's a very good CEZ Nymburk team. It's a team that certainly deserves its spot in the playoffs. Once again, they are already locked in. They know they'll be in the round of 16. What they don't know is, are they going to finish second or are they going to finish third? And Zielona Gora fans, no doubt, will also be keeping an eye on the other games. So it's exciting when you have all of these things unfolding here on this final day. They know Celigas Avellino, if Celigas win at Bond and Zielona Gora lose, Celigas Avellino will leapfrog them into that playoff spot. So, well, you control your own destiny, but you're on the road, and you wonder who has the advantage in this situation. Don't forget Celigas Avellino. They're taking on a Bond team that doesn't really have that much to gain. They can't finish any higher than 7th place. So it stands to reason that Celigas Avellino will indeed win that game. So Zielona Gora need to get a road win tonight, again, against a very good CEZ Nymburk team. And remember, Kendrick Ray has been outstanding for this team. So Antonio Conde in the middle there, Sasha Maricic and Zafir Yilmaz. On the right, the referees for this, what promises to be hotly contested affair. Starting 5 for Stelmet Enea Zielona Gora will be Edo Muric, Filip Matsak, Vladimir Dragicevic, Shemek Zamaski, and Lukas Koshardik. And there's Coach Erle. Going over the last-minute details. And we'll see who's going to be in that lineup now for CEZ Nymburk. Benda, Lawrence, Berisha, Bohacik, and Kriz. Is the coach giving his last-minute instructions. So Stelmet Zielona Gora, they hired Andrej Erlep as their head coach back in December. They felt like they needed a change. Won 5 times in Poland, and very good, very bright mind. And certainly the way they've played of late suggests that he's been able to turn things around. So Edo Muric obviously played with Banvit last season, and he's joined them. Joined them in late December. So good evening, folks. If you're just joining us, CEZ Nymburk win that opening tip, and they're attacking the basket to the right on the screen. Lawrence and Berisha comes right out, tries to knock one in from deep. Kriz the rebound, hands it off to Lawrence. Lawrence keeps it alive, and Zamoski gets it over to Lukas Kaszarek. And now a foul has been called on Benda. Kaszarek roves around, goes behind his back, darts inside, bounce pass. Shot clock winding down, and the shot, Matzak, and good defense from CEZ Nymburk. And I think Lukas Kaszarek perhaps had an opportunity there. Now, what are they ruling? So they are saying that Dragicevic was fouled. No, excuse me. I know the ball just went off of Berisha, so just not much time, and they nevertheless score. Dragicevic puts it up and in, so already off the snide. Wahacik out to Benda, answers. Longtime Czech international. Wahacik gives it into Dragicevic. There's Dragicevic again, spins, gets inside, and this time doesn't put quite enough on it. And now the ball stolen, and Zamoski flies in for the layup. The answer, however, for Lawrence, the three-pointer, and CEZ Nymburk go back in front. Look at Zamoski. Saw the pass coming, took advantage. Now Kaszarek. Poland international, vital player for Mike Taylor's team. Bounce pass. Oh, Dragicevic could not have been in a better position to score. Nevertheless, they get it back. Zamoski, good, rattles it in from deep. So he's come out strong, the Poland international. Fouled on the perimeter. Machaka picks up the foul. Benda open, and Zamoski with the rebound. Hands it off to Kaszarek. It's a tough matchup against Lawrence. He is experienced. He has been in this team for so long. And Kriz picks up the foul. They don't like the hand checking. Here's Murdic, former Banvit forward. Turn around, puts it up. Wahacik gets it back to Lawrence. Little shake and bake. Hands it off to Kreese. He puts it up and in the reverse. All the credit to Lawrence there, breaking down the D. Kashadik. And the long one no good from Maciek. Now Lawrence. Bohacek. Kreese gets a hand on it, out to Lawrence. Goes to work on Kashadik. And good defense and good rebound from Muric. And Zamoyski this time a little bit long. Now the drive and a little bit out of control. Kreese with the charge, his second foul of the game. So he has to take a seat. And Pavel Pumperla comes into the game. Oh, beautiful pass, Maciek, finished by Dragicevich. Boy, that was out of the top drawer, folks. The beautiful left-handed bounce pass. Lawrence. Boy, these guys are on the same page, aren't they? I mean, they know exactly what they're doing. Now the pass to Muric. Goes to work, spins, puts it up and in. The Slovenia international stretches the lead to 4 points. Berisha gets two of them back. Maciek pulls up and ball bounces into the corner. Now the quick pass, and a foul's called. I mean, that was one of the plays of the game right there. Just made it look so easy. And then that was a great spin from Muric. So Maciek, the 24-year-old, goes out. One of the highlight reels of the game. Highlight reel plays of the game. And Berisha brings a little bit of rain. He is not afraid to jack it up. Now Kashadik for three. No look pass, Dragicevich. Zamoyski. Berisha shakes and bakes, drives it in and lays it up. Nobody stepped over to help out. It's all happening right now. And And the ball off the back. And charge has been called. That was the drive where he went right down. And it goes, and another layup for Zielona Gora. Markovic. Prumpala drives in and scores. It's going back and forth, folks. Beautiful pass by Jasovicius, who's checked into the game. We've got Kaladi, who's come into the game as well, number 22 now. And also at the game, also at the line rather, is Florence, who's checked in. He's fouled and misses both, but the rebound collected by the visitors. And Jasovicius, that's what he does. Can't leave him open, folks. Now Ray into the corner, and Markovic misses. Excuse me, Ruban misses. Markovic with a rebound. And Kaladi quickly up ahead. Beautiful finish from Hertaniak. What a game. What a game, folks. And Jasovicius raises his hands, the Lithuanian, to say, I committed the foul. Ruban. And attempt was short. Ruban gets it. Prumpala goes behind his back to Florence. Excuse me, to Ray. Prumpala now. And Ruban wide open on that right wing. Getting close to the corner, in fact. Back to a one-point game. Ray with the rebound. And the offensive note, crash on the boards. Prumpala picks up the foul. Well, they are back at the line and doing some damage, and Markovic has looked pretty good since coming off the bench. And this is that one, so it's just a 2-point lead. And the pass intercepted. And no, what a turnover Kaladi. A little bit of miscommunication. You don't want to throw the ball under the basket. Kaladi did a good job, and what happened was Ruban got his hand on it. That's what it was. He wasn't throwing it under there. So Richard Ray at the line again, and that's the deficit. Remember, Zielona Gora need to win it to be sure of getting into the playoffs. If they lose, and then it becomes very interesting indeed, with Sidigas Avellino potentially leapfrogging them in the standings into that fourth place. They are currently losing 21-19 at Telecom Baskets Bonn. And the buzzer sounds. So shot clock violation. And right at the end of the quarter, the long heave. It's off target, so as it is, the visitors will take that. They'll take the 1-point lead, 21-20, and a lot of basketball still to be played. So Zielona Gora, you see 7 of 12 inside the arc, 2 of 6 from deep. Let's listen to the coaches. Well, it's all happening, folks. CEZ Nymburk trailing 21-20 against Zielona Gora. Now remember, if CEZ Nymburk, as you look at the highlights here, do not win, and Nanterre are able to win at home against Besiktas, then Nanterre would climb into second place, and CEZ Nymburk would fall into third. But perhaps the more pressing issue is more pressure being felt by the team in green. They know they got to win, or else they are potentially missing out in the playoffs, and that would be a long bus ride home for all those fans, and also for the players. Markovic gets it inside to Hercaniak. He goes in, and foul has been called on Davis, who's checked into the game. Lawrence over to Kaladi. Kaladi for three. And the Poland international. Not sure if he's officially hung up his Poland sneakers, Poland high tops. Kaladi. He's played for a lot of good clubs in his day. Played in Spain. Here he is, guarding the ball. Gets a hand in the face and commits the foul on Viora. So Viora will go to the line for 3 free throws. Happens every game, folks. You see somebody foul the three-point shooter. So 3 free throws coming for the Czech Republic. First one is no good. Second one is good. So he knots it at 21. And ends up only making 1 of 3, so not a bad scenario in the end for Zielona Gora. Only giving up 1 point that trip down the floor. Could have been much worse. Florence for 3. And Erlip kind of grimaces on the sidelines. Now a ray of hope for CEZ Nymburk. Well, we see it so many times, don't we? He just comes to the party and plays. He is good. Very good player. Jasovicius loses control. Now Ray is going to fly in for the dunk. Good defense. In fact, was it Ruban that forced the turnover? No, excuse me. It was Barac who reached in and knocked it away. So timeout on the floor.
On offense, we will go first down. Nicola.
Points in the paint, Stelmet Zielona Gora with 12, CEZ Nymburk with 10.
They are not involved. They in hell. They play double elbow. You're going this way, boys. Leave him. You go back, you go to him.
Here's a match check. That is, again, can't see that play enough. Also the nice finish from Dragicevic. And Muric. And you know, there seemed to be better execution, obviously, with that starting 5 from Zielona Gora, offensively anyway. Beautiful drive. Oh, it's swatted. And Davis turns, misses. Now Florence. And it goes, oh, beautiful pass, but Hrsanik doesn't finish. Great execution, just didn't get the finish. Three-pointer, another one falls for CEZ Nymburk. Lawrence, he can hit him, and now he's taken the lead up to 7. And again, the defense forcing the turnover and leading to the wide open break. Holy cow! Ray throws another one down. And here he is. Look at that. Now they started you know, they're bringing these guys off the bench, a lot of quality, and it's starting to show here. Ishevicius misses the shot. And alarm bell's starting to ring. And Davis on the baseline. And Zielona Gora are just having a nightmare here at the start of the second quarter. Haven't scored, and now down by 11 points. And that was the foul that was given away by Baric. He goes out. And Kashark back in, trying to bring the visitors back into it. They need some inspiration from somebody. Shark puts on the deck, gets it over to Zamoyski. And Dragicevic sneaks in and picks up the rebound, then misses the putback. Did everything right, just missed the shot. It was a beautiful move. And Hruban hits another three. 35-21 right now, folks. CEZ Nymburk with the wind in their sails. They are flying. Well, Zielona Gora need to stop the bleeding.
We are not getting back. We gotta get back. Hey, they killed us in transition. Referee got us first quarter. Now they don't call this foul. And they got steals for them. Now be focused.
To the turnovers,
be focused.
3 apiece.
Hey, come here, listen. We play chin, you don't go in. It's chin, no man.
18 points coming from the bench for CEZ Nymburk.
We go over and under on the chin. Over and under, okay?
Well, Erlip, as we said, 5 times a Polish champion. Hails actually is a Slovenian, and perhaps that's the connection with Edo Muric. But he's got the quality to bring the team back. But there's got to be some execution, and right now, with Zielona Gora, they are looking completely out of sync. It does help them that Bonn are still leading, or no, now they're trailing 35-34. And three-pointer coming right out of that timeout is good from Kasharek. No, that was just what the doctor ordered. And Dragicevic with the rebound. Oh, beautiful handoff. Good alert play defensively from Pumpula. Big possession. They're all big when you're trailing by double digits. Charlotte looked over at the ref and said, "Aren't you going to call that?" Ends up taking the shot, follows up the miss. Great play, great aggressive play from Kasharek. Look at this. How in the world was that not a foul, Lawrence? You saw him grab the jersey of Kasharek. Kasharek didn't even complain, to be fair. But obviously it went unnoticed by the referee. And more great hustle from Zielona Gora. Oh, they called the foul on Zamoyski. Check. Going up against Kosciadek. Berisha. Now wide open in the corner. Good! So Bohacic, Czech international, takes it back to a 14-point lead. Zamoyski drives in, puts up a tough shot from the left. Dragicevic was there, but I think Prumperla knocked it out of his hands. Now Berisha into Prumperla, misses. Benda gets it back over to Bohacic. And he stepped out of bounds. Look at him get it back here. Bohacic on the left near the corner. And right idea, just didn't quite pull it off. And it has just been a woeful second quarter here. Just 3 points here for the visitors. And meanwhile, CEZ Nymburk 18. They've outscored them 18-3 in this quarter. Prumperla drives in, gets blocked. Great play defensively from Kaladi. Good hands again from Kaladi. They almost were able to inbound that one for an easy one. Berisha. And Prumperla doing a good job on the boards, but at least challenging, but Zielona Gora come away with it. Now Muric backs up Prumperla, puts up a little short jump hook, and then Dragicevic gets his hands on it, but as he takes it down, excuse me, it's Hritsaniak who has it, and he gets tied up. Another timeout called, and it's desperate times for the visitors. And CEZ Nymburk called the timeout. Maybe doing the visitors a favor by calling that timeout.
And you start out, but you exchange.
CEZ Nymburk 40% at the line to a 5, and you see also Zielona Gora struggling.
Go, Thomas. Oh, if you go, be here.
2-point shooting, 9 of 16 for CEZ Nymburk, 7 of 19 for Zielona Gora. This was one of the slam dunks from Ray. And one of the three-pointers for Lawrence. Lawrence passes out to Bohacic. And, oh boy, what a way to give away 2 points. Zielona Gora just couldn't get the rebound and ended up in the hands of the Czechs for a layup. 16 points to lead. Coming around, foul called on Berisha. CEZ Nymburk right now playing like they do not want to give up that second spot, that's for sure. And if it stays like this, the best hope for Zielona Gora is going to be Bond holding on against Avellino, but right now it's Avellino winning at 40-37. Enea bends the knees. Nice follow through. Second one is good as well. I mean, from a shooting standpoint, Szymanski and Koszarek have hit threes. Jasovicius as well. But they're 3 of 11 from deep. Now here's Koszarek. The open floor, pulls up his dribble. Again, Lawrence perhaps getting away with some hand checking there. And Erlips is just saying, you just got to play through it. So Hrcenik is able to get to the line for another 2. And these, without question, vital free throws for a team that is struggling to put points on the board. And Hrcenik makes the first one. Had a brief spell in Spain, played for Valencia one season, came in during the season, during one of their injury crises. Also, he plays with the Polish national team. And good stroke. So Hrcenik, perhaps the unlikely, come to the rescue there at the free throw line. Lawrence, wide open, Bohacik for 3, good! Boy, what a weapon he is. Bohacik, his second three-pointer of the game. One from each corner. Boy, Lawrence is a feisty player. I would suggest looking at his numbers. Fortunate not to have any fouls called on him because he gets a lot of jersey when he's guarding his man. Here's Kaladi back at the free throw line. And he makes the first. Long way to go, folks. Don't go away. Long way to go. 21 and a half minutes. Crazy things happen in the sport of basketball. This type of deficit can be erased in no time. And they are making free throws, just trying to stay within striking distance right now. Lawrence pulls up for 3. Oh, again. Zielona Gora coming in for the rebound, and it looked like Hrcenik knocked it out of his teammate's hands. Watch this. He flies in for the rebound, and they're both tangled up, and Prumperle goes up and ends up getting the ball. Mokros looked like he had his hands on it. It's one of those things where you want to be aggressive and go for the rebound. You can't tell a guy not to go for the rebound, but you also got to know when your teammate's about to get it. And are they going to give another attempt? It appears they will. Ruban says, somebody take my place. Remember that a lot of these guys play for the Czech Republic national team. I mean, this is how good this CEZ Nymburk team is. And they won both of their games, the Czechs, in the World Cup qualifiers back in November. So these are not easy opponents. Prumperle misses the second one, almost gets the rebound. But Kaladi does a good job of getting his hands on it in the end. Hands it to Koszarek. Koszarek goes in. Szymanski drives in, scores. Well, beautiful finish with the left hand. Got to keep an eye on Bohacic out on the perimeter. Benda. He's going to put on the deck. He's going to fly in. He's going to miss. And again, Zielona Gora just cannot get the ball. I mean, from a rebounding standpoint. Here's Lawrence. Bohacic, another three. And Zamoyski goes up for the rebound. They're being out rebounded about 25-19 now. Zamoyski back to Mokros. And Koszarek has it here for what he hopes is the final possession of the half for the team in green. Kaladi's going to launch it. He's going to hit a three. Well, that was big. If they can get a stop now, that cuts it back to a 9-point deficit. You need a little bit of something to pick them up. CEZ Nymburk called timeout. They want to get something going here with 4.9 seconds remaining. 7 of 19 from deep are CEZ Nymburk.
You take the ball out, okay? Gino.
Try to get that, but go back. If you don't take your open, and we just leave. Let's go. Let's go.
Well, no signs of panic there from the coach, nor should there be. This is when it started to really cave in a little bit here for Zielona Gora on the road. Now, what you have to remember is that they have trailed by as many as 16 points. So they've got it back to 9. And if they can get a stop here, Zielona Gora will perhaps be feeling a lot better about their chances heading to halftime. But, I mean, they know it's going to be a real battle without question. Sidigas Avellino, meanwhile, leading by a single point at Telecom Baskets Bond with 1 second remaining. The final seconds ticking off the clock. And Benda hits the three. And that is a killer for Zielona Gora right at the end of the half. That's why you call the timeout. Look at the clock. And Benda, sure enough, he got rid of it in plenty of time. So Koszarek was guarding the ball. Kaladi came up. For Tsaniak, I mean, he had the hand up as he was flying right at the shooter, but nevertheless, Benda made it for the 47-35 advantage at the break. So 47-35, 56% shooting inside the arc for CEZ Nymburk. 8 of 20 now from deep. They've made 4 more three-pointers, and that's the difference in the game. But it has helped them. They've gotten some baskets off second opportunities. They've got 8 offensive rebounds. Zielona Gora struggling to get those balls. And turnover is not really an issue at this stage of the contest. Both Beresha and Zamoyski each has 9 points. Purpula coming off the bench leading the way with 4 rebounds. So that is the state of play. We're at halftime, folks. Zielona Gora need to win it to be assured of their spot in the playoffs. Right now they trail 47-35 at CEZ Nymburk. 47-35 is the lead for CEZ Nymburk over Stelmet Enea Zielona Gora. What might end up saving this Zielona Gora team, you never know, but the team chasing them for that fourth spot in Group D is CEZ Avellino. Right now they're winning 42-41 at Bonn, but CEZ Avellino need to win that game and hope that Zielona Gora lose theirs here in Nymburk to move into the fourth spot. So CEZ Nymburk, meanwhile, they don't want to lose because they want to make sure they finish as high as second place in Group D and finish second to Besiktas. So a lot riding on this contest.
If you receive the ball, I'm coming.
Hey!
Go,
go,
guys!
Let's go!
Let's go! Go opposite to D. Let's go immediately, huh? You gotta go over and under. Watch it here. Go, it's here. You take it. Go! Got it? Four. You pass it, go forward. Okay. You go slip. 1, 2, 3.
So leading the way again, Zamoyski has 9 points for Zielona Gora. Dardan Berisha has 9 points for CEZ Nymburk. 3-point shooting, 8 of 20 for CEZ Nymburk. Remember, they got that one right before halftime from Binda. 4 of 12 for Stelmet Enea Zielona Gora. So the team in green, the mean green, Stelmet Zielona Gora, start off with possession. And they'll be hoping that this end of the court is as kind to them as it was for the host, but already a turnover. And good anticipation from Zamoyski, almost coming up and getting the steal. Dardan Berisha has his pass intercepted by Kaladi. He avoids the foul, gets it to Zamoyski. Kaladi thought about it, but with Berisha guarding him. Berisha, former Poland international before Kosovo. Now he plays for Kosovo. Makros, his three-pointer falls. It rattles up and in. Back to a 9-point deficit. Lawrence flies to the other end, and he is blocked by Dragicevic, but Berisha ends up getting it back. And Binda knocks it out. Kaladi has it. Mokros, and then he was fouled by Kris. Look at this. Well, we've seen a lot more contact on some of the other plays. You can see why Kris is perhaps a little frustrated with that one, but 3 fouls. Seems to be a foul magnet tonight. And Kashardik, his 3, no good. Dragicevic trying to box out Binda. Binda goes down. Now Berisha has it. Berisha puts on the deck, passes back out to Binda. And Barisha's pass batted, but not turned over. Bohacic drives in, hangs. They follow, and the ball goes over to the visitors, where they really do struggle to get that rebound. So another chance here for Zielona Gora. Kaladi takes the bump, and they're not going to call it tonight, folks. They're letting them play for the most part. Bohacic, his pass inside, and Kashark reaches in and commits the foul. Benda makes the first. So back up to a 10-point lead. And now back to 11. 7:45 to go. Now turnover. A little bit of miscommunication there with Kaladi and Zamoyski. Barisha drives in and gets a chance for a three-point play. That is a killer, an absolute killer, to turn it over in that situation. And Barisha just goes for the jugular. Important acquisition for this team. Joined him several weeks into the season, Barisha. And he makes it. And back to a 14-point game. Boy, that was a big swing in the game. Now Lawrence comes up, plays D, forces the over and back. Barisha shaking and baking and being fouled by Kaladi. Here's Barisha again. And double dribble. Another turnover. Bohacic has it. It has not been a good quarter for Zielona Gora. Perhaps even fortunate to be down 14. Lawrence just goes right in for the layup. Dragicevic going at Benda and scores a short little jump hook. Lawrence. And good defense, anticipation from Kashark. And then the foul called on Chris. Number 4 will have to go to the bench. Well, something, they'll take anything they can get right now. Zielona Gora. Chris, another of those players that played for the Czech Republic during the World Cup qualifiers. 24 years of age. And Dragicevic was bumped and fouled down low. And now Conde, the Spanish referee, says, I don't want to hear any complaining. Oh, beautiful pass. Kosciuszko and the finish from Dragicevic. Back to a 12-point game. Dragicevic now starting to get back into the flow. And Mahacic steps out of bounds. And another chance for the visitors. That was the last basket. Again, picks and rolls. Nobody picked him up. Kaladi. Kaladi puts it on the deck, flies in and scores right at the buzzer. Great patience. He's having a decent game tonight. Kaladi coming off the bench. Ray back in the game now. Where's zero? Berisha. Over to Ray, bounce pass, Benda. Oh, goodness me. What about the hang time from the veteran? Scores with reverse. Zamoyski with a behind-the-back pass. And the pass down low, Dragicevic scores. Amiel wanting a push off. Not going to get it. Markovic also in the game, number 21 for Zielona Gora, guarding Berisha now. And boy, Berisha almost made that shot. And this time Kaladi called for the foul, trying to box out. Boy, Prumpala is it's awfully difficult to keep him off the boards. Prumpala drives in and he gets swatted, but two shots. Remaining. And remember, the team in green, Zielona Gora, needing to win this game to be assured of making it to the playoffs. Prumpala makes the first free throw. But since that horrendous 15-0 run they gave away at the start of the second quarter, they just haven't recovered. Prumpala makes just one of two. Kaladi. And Kosciuszko drives, misses. Prumpala decides to push it up the floor quickly. An unsportsmanlike foul has been called. It'll happen right in front of Conde. Two shots and the ball. Ooh. No, I'm not entirely sure about this. Looked like Zamoyski was reaching. No, he didn't really play the ball enough. So Prumpala goes back to the line. And this is just a real struggle for Stelmet Zielona Gora. Crumpler makes the first one. Meanwhile, there's certainly the biggest fans of Telecom Basket Bonn right now are here in this arena, and they're wearing green because right now Telecom Basket Bonn only trailing at home 59-57 to Citigas Avellino. So if somehow Bonn can win that game, Zielona Gora, it doesn't matter what happens here. They would finish fourth and clinch a spot in the playoffs. Ray hits another jump shot. With 15 points now, the lead. And Bohacek called for the foul. Entry pass to Zamoyski. He wanted the foul. Wasn't given. Kasharek gets in, puts it up. Good follow from Dragicevic, and he was fouled. And the foul called out on the perimeter, and Dragicevic says, why the delay? Why didn't you give me the foul down low? There he is trying to clean up the mess. He does. Bodic picks up the foul. Davis back in the game. I just feel like maybe just that depth of CEZ Nymburk just that little bit better than it is for Stelmet Zielona Gora. Dragicevic makes both free throws. They're shooting it well at the free throw line tonight. 8 of 11. Compared to 9 of 14 for CEZ Nymburk. Davis back to Prumperla. Doesn't go. Markovic with the rebound. Gets it over to Kasharek. Now Kasharek. Savicius. Oh, Markovic knows he needs to make that shot. Urlep not going to sit down. He's going to be up for the rest of the night. And Kendrick Ray pulls up and hits another jumper. He is not missing much tonight, folks. There's the shooting percentages inside the arc for both teams. 11 points, 5 of 6 from the floor for Kendrick Ray. Markovic turns, passes back outside. Zamoyski had to launch it. And Prumperla gets it. And then nowhere to go, got too deep. Turns it over, back to Kasharek. Zamoyski now. Markovic. Kasharek. And fouled by Ruban. So Dragicevic is going to come out of the game, catch a breather, and over the limit are both teams at this stage with 1:16 to go in the third quarter. So Kasharek goes to the line. Right Right now, Stelmet Avellino leading it by 6 points at Telecom Baskets Bonn. So that's not good news for Stelmet Zielona Gora fans. Edo Muric back in the game. 13 points, the difference. And Kendrick Ray fell down, was able to get rid of it. Now he's got it. He's got those fluorescent high tops on, Kendrick Ray right now. Well, gets it over to Davis. Davis launches the three. Zamoyski was able to make a pass in the end because he certainly wasn't going to be able to get off that shot. And they called a foul. He was bumped by, good job, Przaniak in position. He was fouled by Prumperla. So well spotted by Zamoyski. He left his feet. Prumperla has to check out of the game. So we've seen what Przaniak can do at the free throw line tonight. He's been good. In fact, he's been perfect. He's made all 4 of his attempts. Avellino now leading by 8. Look at this. Stelmet Avellino doing what they need to do to get to the playoffs. And the question is, can we see any magic here for this team in green? Przaniak makes the first one. They just have not been able to put any sort of run together. They did trail by 16. They got it back to 9. Then they gave away the late three-pointer right before the halftime buzzer. The 3 made by Benda. So miss, and Jasovicius has it. It's an 11-point game. So will they hold it for the last shot? That's the question. Or will they take the first open look that they get? Remember, they got that 3 from Kaladi at the end of the first half, but there's still several seconds left on the clock. So they want to take it down. Nope, Jasovicius is going to launch it. And then Kashadik did a good job putting pressure on the ball, and I don't think that would have counted. Looked like he got rid of it too late, Lawrence. Well, where there's hope, there's life, and they do have hope. Zielona Gora, though, still trail at 63-52 at CEZ Nymburk. No three-pointers for CEZ Nymburk in that quarter. So that was a positive development. But Stelmet Zielona Gora doubled their turnovers. Ended up, they had 4 at halftime. Now they've got 8. In fact, there were 5 turnovers on CEZ Nymburk. And Berisha really did cause problems at the start of the second half with his playmaking ability. And see the Polish journalist looking on with resigned looks. Sitting there at the inline table. So CEZ Nymburk, if they can win it, they will hold on to second place. And Nanterre, they're winning at home against Besiktas. They're trying to leapfrog them into third place. Excuse me, into second place. Nanterre leading at 62-56 over Besiktas. So if they win and CEZ Nymburk lose, Nanterre would move into second place. Whereas Zielona Gora just need to win to make sure they get into the playoffs, because if they lose and Citigas Avelino hold on against Telecom Basket Spawn, it's Citigas Avelino that move into 4th place. And right now they're up by 4 points, 68-64. Gene Lawrence passes down low. Davis. And he was looking over at the ref. Well, they thought they had him trapped. Watch this. But they called, what did they call there? Oh, they called the timeout. Well, Kashardik reaches in, knocks it out. No, sorry, they called the foul on Muric. That's what it was. So new 14. Baric backing up Muric. Passes back outside to Lawrence. Shot clock down to 4. Lawrence is going to have to launch it. He does. But the long rebound comes out to Ruban, and then a good job from Muric to reach from behind to knock it away. So here's a chance. Kaladi back in the game to Jesevicius. Over to Kaladi. Beautiful pass, Kaladi, into Hretseniak, but he didn't finish. Ruban puts up a 3. Hretseniak, another opportunity, and almost. Davis picking up a turnover, picking up a steal, rather. Kaladi again working with Hretseniak. Hretseniak trying to bowl his way down low. Muric get it to Kaladi. He puts it up, and Kaladi wanting the bump, but they're not going to call it. Eight and a half minutes remaining. 2 consecutive possessions. Whereas Stelmet Zielona Gora could have trimmed the lead. Now Ray off the front of the rim, and then Ruban reaches around from behind and fouls Kaladi. So Baric goes out. Ruban goes out. And danger man Berisha comes back in. Edo Muric from deep. And right now, the team from Poland just simply can't put the ball in the basket. They've had their opportunities, and now CEZ Nymburk will try to re-extend the lead. Berisha takes it down low, and they turn it over. Another bad possession for CEZ Nymburk. Kashardik, and Muric finishes this time. He gets it back to a 9-point game. And CEZ Nymburk coach Amiel has seen enough. As you see Muric getting the basket, Amiel calls a timeout, wants to turn things around here. Pass went off of Martin Kries.
Let's come back to be hungry. We don't need one-on-one isolation that everybody stand and look. No. We need to move the ball and attack the closeout.
You hear the coach, he wants more ball movement.
We play motion.
Field goal shooting percentages for both teams. Meanwhile,
We have to shot take. Now
the plot thickens. Citigas Avelino now leading only 68-67. They've hit a dry spell. In fact, now Vaughn is leading 69-68, so that's hope for Stelmet Zielona Gora. Ray's got 11 points. Berisha 12. 12 points for Dragicevic. Zamoyski hasn't scored in the second half, by the way, for Stelmet Zielona Gora. So another foul called on Kashadik here, reaching in. Wow, looked like he took it right away. Look at that. Goodness me. You feel for him when you don't get a call in that situation. And Ray punishes him with a three-pointer. That is when, quite frankly, folks, basketball doesn't seem fair. The basketball gods not smiling on Stelmet Zielona Gora on that sequence. We're back to a 12-point game. Jasevicius, he can't get it going tonight. Hit that 1-3, and that's been it. That was a foul. And Kashark just kind of looking bemused to get the foul called on that one play where it looked like he had all ball. Now the pass into the corner, Kendrick Ray, another one, three-pointer. 69-54, 6.5 minutes remaining. Frustration evident on the face of Erlep. That was Ray. He's been a killer tonight. Ray, 7 of 10 from the floor. He's hit 2 of 4 from deep. He's got 17 points. Best performance that I've seen this week has come from Mateusz Panitka. He was utterly brilliant last night for Beer Star Tenerife. But you also have to tip your hat to Ike and what they were able to do. Shakota hitting that game-winning three-pointer late. There's Kashardik. He goes out. Florence comes in. Kalani makes the first free throw. And the second one is good as well. So he was hit while he was attempting the three. And makes all three. Kaladi, I tell you, he's played a good game tonight. 12 points now, the lead. And the free throw line is helping help this team stay within striking distance. Clyde now with 9 points. And they are 15 of 18 at the stripe. Lawrence drives in. And he earns a trip to the line. This will be his first free throws tonight. Now it's Kaladi called for the foul, reaching in from behind. It was Lawrence that fouled Kaladi at the other end. He was attempting the three. Both free throws are good from Lawrence. Still plenty of time for Zielona Gora, but offense has not really been anywhere tonight. Maybe they're going to save it all for the end. But Florence, as he flies in, has the ball knocked away. Kendrick Ray has it. And that's never a good thing for the opposition. Now Berisha has it knocked out of his hands. was a clean play by Zamoyski. He was like, "You're not calling a foul on that." His former Poland international teammate. And now Dragicevich called for a foul. And Telekom Baskets Bonn leading it 73-72, interestingly. So only 20 seconds remaining in that game. So you might hear like an eruption of cheers coming from the Zielona Gora fans, as you can see some of them right now watching on their phones or looking at their phones. They realize what's unfolding now in Germany. The Telekom Baskets Bonn might be doing them a favor. So incredible drama unfolding all over Europe. This is the Basketball Champions League. Wouldn't that be something? Muric drives in. And Muric appealing for a foul. Here he is again. Goes up against Benda. I don't think the refs got it right on that one. Dragicevich was diving to the ball out of bounds. The Telekom Baskets Bonn, in fact, now lead 75-72. So, and there are 19 seconds remaining. So it's looking pretty good for Zielona Gora, who are now trailing by 18 points. They might back their way into the playoffs, it appears. They might get a favor. Sidigas Avellino not taking advantage of an opportunity. And that game still has time to go. So 75-57, CEZ Nymburk on top and 4.5 minutes remaining. It's going to take something incredibly special now for Stelmet Zielona Gora. And it seems to be getting worse before it gets better as Berisha goes in for the layup. 77-57. Here it is again. Florence with a telegraphed pass. Now just, folks, I want to keep you up to speed here as, again, you look at this replay. Telekom Baskets Bonn are up 75-72 with 12.3 seconds remaining. And Sidigas Avellino, I believe, are at the free throw line. And I think what they might be at the free throw line for a three-point play, but I think they're going to give them 3 free throws, but I think they're going to give them 2. Anyway, 6 steals apiece in this one.
All right? They will take crazy shots. Don't foul the jump shooter. Try to make.
It's a highlight earlier in the half. So in that other game, Thomas Scrubb has gone to the line, and he's made one of his 2 free throws to cut it back to 75-73 now. So Telekom Baskets Bonn up by 2 with 12 seconds remaining. Remember, Stelmet Zielona Gora need Sidigas Avellino to lose. He makes both free throws. It's a 1-point game. And now Sidigas Avellino has fouled and put Telekom Baskets Bonn on the line. So a lot of drama unfolding in Germany. Dragicevich has it and scores. And I have to say, I'm really surprised that Maciak hasn't played much since starting. Kind of disappeared over there on the bench, and now he's back in the game, and you remember how well he played. So I'm not sure why that happened, why he hasn't played much. Hachik looks off, gets the rebound. Well, Telekom Baskets Bonn have made both of their free throws to go back up by 3 points. And now a timeout's been called in that game. So just all sorts of drama happening, folks. Zielona Gora, their fans, I'm sure, fully aware of what's happening now in Germany. And they are going to start making a lot of noise here when that final score is announced. Maciek drives in. Oh, beautiful pass from Dragicevic. But Muric missed the layup. This time he gets it and puts it up and in. Maciek with a good hustle. And you can see behind the bench the fans of Zielona Gora, a lot of smiles over there. They know what's happening, even though their team's now getting beat soundly. Berisha buries a three-pointer, 80-59, but they don't care. They know their team now has a chance to move into the playoffs. If Telekom Basketball can hold on against Stelmet Enea. Now the ball goes out of bounds. And it'll be Zielona Gora. It's 3 minutes and 3 seconds remaining. It'll be CEZ Nymburk inbounding the ball. They do get the inbounds. And Kriz gets it, goes in. Well, Maciek has it. Maciek. His pass goes out to Zamoyski. And good drive, and the basket is good. Telekom Basketball are going to win their game, and you can hear the cheers. Look at that. They're cheering behind the bench of Zielona Gora. Strange scenes. Their team is getting blown out here, but their team is now, apparently it looks like they're going to qualify, and indeed they have, as Telekom Basketball have won 79-74. This game now irrelevant for them, and despite losing, Stelmet, Zielona Gora are going to make it to the playoffs. They're going to back in. But Stelmet Enea, you would have thought they would have won it Bonn, especially after taking the lead in that fourth quarter, but they haven't. And now there's all sorts of celebrations. That's why you see all the fans jumping up and down in green. They know their team will now advance to the round of 16. Unbelievable. The nature of European competition. Lawrence loses it. And good hustle down the floor. And the basket is good by Hernandez Maiquez. He's looked pretty good since he's come into the game. So it's going to be a happy trip home despite the loss. Trailing about 17. Hernandez Maiquez hails from Spain. So the players themselves are, it's bizarre, isn't it? The fans are happy. They know their team's going to the playoffs. But you can look at the Zielona Gora players and they realize they've been beaten today. I mean, it's not over yet, 1:17 to go, but it's only a matter of time. The Zielona Gora players, they don't want to lose when they know they have to win to be assured of getting into the playoffs. Zamoyski. And haven't seen the ball fall through the hoop much for these guys in this half. He gets it back to a 16-point deficit. Mokaros got the assist on that. find out all about the information, folks, go to the championsleague.basketball website. You can follow the live feed. And a foul called on the host here. Excuse me, yeah, on the host, so it turns it back over to Zielona Gora. Marcos gets it to Dragicevic, puts it up and in. The scoreline perhaps going to be a little bit more respectable, but this is it. They're happy. Look at them. Their team is lost, but they don't care. The mission was to get to the playoffs, and their team has gotten to the playoffs, and they're all going to be sending nice, warm notes of thank you to Telecom Baskets Bonn, who have beaten Città Savellino to prevent the Italians from leapfrogging their team into fourth place. And again, offensive rebound and putback. Dragicevic and gets it back to a 14-point deficit in the end. Coaches shake hands. Job well done for CEZ Nymburk. They were just the better team today, not even close. They came out, they got their execution, and they won it 84-70. But Zielona Gora, nevertheless, clinched a spot in the playoffs thanks to Telecom Baskets' win over Città Savellino. This will be a press conference worth watching, folks. There's the Zielona Gora fans loving it. They're loving it. Their fans going to be playing. Their team's going to be playing in the playoffs. And the CEZ Nymburk fans as well. Their fans also excited. They already knew they were going to be in the playoffs. Finals team stats. 18 of 37 inside the arc for Nymburk, 11 of 23. So they only had 3 3-pointers in the second half, but they had good execution. And rebounding, they just dominated in the end. And look at Amiel, he's all happy. It's a team that could do some damage. I think CEZ Nymburk are a team that can reach the Final Four. They're going to have to play perhaps better than they played today, but, you know, they have a lot of weapons. Ray with the 2 steals. I mean, Kendrick Ray was terrific, as you could see with these stats. Finished with the 21 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Lawrence is always a tough customer. Martin Peace was dealing with the foul issues today, but Lawrence had the 12 points and the 5 assists, 3 rebounds. 17 points for Darden Barish, who's always a problem. Here are the highlights. And again, Ray, I mean, it's just, remember, it was that 15-0 run at the start of the second quarter that this Stelmet Enea Zielona Gora team never recovered from. But I'm pretty sure that there's going to be some long looks in the press conference from these Zielona Gora player, whoever shows up, as well as Coach Erleb, because they will know that, you know, they're lucky. They're lucky that they got into the playoffs. It was only for the help of Telecom Baskets Bonn. Here was Berisha. Well, he had it going today. And when he gets it going, they're just difficult to play against. I think Erlep is going to have to go back to the drawing board and try to understand, or maybe he already knows why, to come up with a different plan when his team hits a hits a phase where it just loses its execution. And remember, it happened when I think most of the starters, if not all of them, were off the court. It just did not work in that second quarter. And they ended up being outscored in that quarter 27-14, and that was pretty much the game. I mean, they just never could recover from that. So CEZ Nymburk finished second place in Group D, and Stelmet Enea Zielona Gora finished fourth, thanks to the win at home by Telekom Basketball over Sidigas Avellino. Telekom Basketball won that one 79-74. That's it, folks. More action coming your way tonight, and then after the conclusion of game day 14, we'll have a break, and then